Tonight on News Center, professors explain the effects of the government shutdown. The soccer team prepares for a playoff run. And the football team takes on a new PSAC opponent. News Center starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to CUTV News Center for the week of October 24th. I'm Mirriam Mason.
And I'm Kathryn Leberfinger. Members of the Political Science Department held a teach-in last week in Duda Hall. The goal of the event was to inform students about the recent government shutdown. CUTV reporter Tyler Harris has more.
Students on campus attended the teach-in last Thursday, October 17th, to become more informed of the current government situation.
It started when the Republican majority in the House of Representatives failed to bring to a vote a continuing resolution. And the continuing resolution is a piece of legislation designed to fund the federal government after the budget has ended and a new budget hasn't been passed.
There's a faction of Republicans who decided that no matter what, that they didn't want the Affordable Health Care Act to be funded. President Obama dug in his heels and he said, I absolutely refuse to negotiate, that the Affordable Health Care Act is the law, and we can negotiate parts of the law later.
When asked if the shutdown would affect students, the professors had this to say.
Probably very little, if at all. The shutdown was relatively limited, so unless you were a government employee who either was furloughed or was not getting paid in the interim, it probably didn't affect you.
Students would have been impacted in the long term. Things like perhaps when they graduate, trying to find jobs because employers were holding off hiring more people, were worrying about what was going to happen with the stock market, what was going to happen, with other consequences of the shutdown. It could be that student loans were going to be held up. It could be that their parents probably were laid off if they were government workers.
The government shutdown ended on October 17, 2013, when Congress passed the Continuing Appropriations Act. This reopens the government until January 15, 2014. When asked if this process would repeat itself when the time comes, President Obama simply stated no. For CUTV News, my name is Tyler Harris.
You know that saying, money doesn't grow on trees? Well, scientists in Australia may have proven that incorrect. While it's not new that plants and trees absorb minerals such as gold through their leaves, scientists had previously been unable to prove that the minerals in question came from deeper underground and not from surface soil deposits. The study found an average gold concentration of 80 parts per billion in trees' leaves and a mere 4 parts per billion in bark. Unfortunately, this means the gold isn't visible to the naked eye.
Halloween may be a few weeks away, but it's never too early to start thinking about safety. There are a few simple steps parents can take to keep their children safe. Make sure the child is seen, especially to cars, using reflective tape on the costume or candy bag. Try to avoid costumes with excessive fabric and avoid unnecessary accidents. Always check the child's candy before consumption. Keep this Halloween safe and happy.
A single mom was caught shoplifting at a Miami supermarket, but she didn't get hauled off to jail. Instead, the officer who responded to the call last month did something that brought the suspect to tears. The officer decided, in addition to telling the mother about food banks, churches, and other places she could get food, she was going to help the family. The officer went back inside the grocery store and purchased $100 worth of groceries for the family. The only thing I asked her when she gets on her feet is that she helps someone else out, the officer said when making a statement about the charitable act.
On Friday, October 15th to Saturday, October 16th, the Sigma Kappa sorority held a mini-thon. The nearly $800 that was raised goes to the Four Diamonds Fund at Penn State, Hershey Children's Hospital, and Pediatric Cancer Research at Penn State College of Medicine. The event had raffle baskets, a costume contest, DJs, live bands, and a line dance that was done every hour and more. If you missed the event, it's still not too late to donate. Donations will be accepted till the end of the semester.
So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and obviously CUTV is supporting breast cancer awareness. Do you have anyone in your family that's been affected by breast cancer?
I personally have never had anyone in my immediate family, but my aunt and my mother have lost so many friends to breast cancer. It's the #2 killer in women. It really does affect almost everyone. I just remember watching them lose their friends, and it was really hard to see.
It does affect all. My grandmother actually, she's made it through twice, and then my future grandmother actually, she's made it through 3 times. So it's kind of nerve-wracking that there isn't really definite cure for it yet.
Yeah, but hopefully with Breast Cancer Awareness Month and the Susan G. Komen Foundation, we'll finally find a cure one day.
Yep.
And on a happier note, when we return, Santina Mirriam has your entertainment report. Stay tuned.